Hey guys, Logger, Nordic Piper, and Darky here with Smoke Eater Cigar and Whiskey Club, and today we are going to be doing episode 3 of our Cigar Diaries. What are you smoking today, sir?
I am smoking the CAO Fasa Noche. Recently, CAO has come out with 3 different wrappers. Same blend, 3 different wrappers. This is the Maduro.
Go Maduro.
Yeah.
What about you, sir? What are you smoking?
I got the Aroma de Cuba Edicion Especial.
And I will be smoking the Aroma de Cuba Habano Reserve. So we're going to get these cut up, lit up, and we will be back to you here in a second. All right, we're back. We're about a little over an inch into these. This is so far fantastic. It is the Habano Reserve is a Ecuadorian grown Habano Rosado wrapper and a Nicaraguan filler and binder. I get espresso notes in there, chocolate, almost like a leather quality to it. I mean, so far, absolutely fantastic. What about you, Mr. Darky, sir?
So, with the Edicion Especial, oh, lovely. So with this, reading over the reviews and the tasting notes, you will get leather, white pepper, spices, cocoa, but I haven't tasted any of that yet. Overall, this is actually a really nice cigar. I think I've had one of these before.
The Edition Especial is very Cuban-esque.
Minus the Cuban, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's Cuban-esque.
Yes, I know. I'm just messing with you.
That's a good smoke.
Yes.
Have you ever had a Cuban Darky?
Yes. That was back long ago in the underworld that I did that. So yeah. Here, take that.
How about you, Mr. Piper?
So mine, the CAO. So again, the Fasa series for CAO. They have 3 different ones. All the same tobacco binder, and then different wrappers. So they have this one, the Noche, which is the Connecticut broadleaf wrapper.
It's a good wrap.
The Sumatra that we had up at the cigar shop there about a month ago.
Shout out to Browns.
And then the Connecticut, which Steady, I believe, is smoking right now, off camera.
Right now.
Absolutely fantastic. A bit of pepper on the retrohale, some espresso, dark chocolate notes. I'm not usually a big CAO fan, but this is pretty damn good.
I said last couple I've had have been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But we're going to smoke these down towards the end of the second, third, and we will be back. All right, guys, we're pretty well through these cigars here. Mr. Piper, what do you noticed about yours so far?
So it's stayed pretty consistent with that espresso, dark chocolate. Still got a decent amount of pepper on the retrohale. Fantastic. The only complaint I would have to say, which seems to be for me indicative of, every CO I've ever had, is the burn. I've had to constantly end up touching it up there, but otherwise, no complaints on this end. Paired right now with the Evan Williams single barrel. Can't go wrong.
No, you can't. It's fantastic bourbon. How about you? How about you, Darky?
Thank you, sir. So right now I'm almost done with the second, third. They're taking way too long to smoke their cigars, so I'm kind of farther ahead than them. So on the palate, I get a lot of leather, and then on the retrohale, I get cedar, which is really nice. And what are you doing?
Putting lighters up there.
We're filming.
Yep.
Right now. So overall, it's a really nice, consistent cigar. The burn is easy. It's nice and still. I haven't had to touch this up once yet. It keeps going perfectly.
Out of all of the La Roma de Cubas that you've had, where does that rank?
I would say it runs I'm tossed between this one and just the regular Connecticut. I really like this one though right now. I'd have to do a side-by-side comparison to really give you a full-on answer.
And I've got to throw out there, I didn't get the memo that these two are smoking the Roma de Cuba, and here I am smoking a CAO today. What about yours, Lager?
So this Habano Reserve is the last cigar in the lineup of the Roma de Cuba that I've yet to smoke. So I've had everything from the regular Connecticut all the way to the Noblesse. And I would put this, so far, the Habano Reserve, I would put it into the middle to top tier. My favorite is somewhere between the small batch and the Noblesse. I mean, they're absolutely fantastic.
That small batch, we need to get another, our hands on another group of those. That's a fantastic.
100%. And so is the Noblesse. I get these nice chocolatey coffee notes in this cigar that I like so much. Just thus far, I would say that I kind of prefer the Noblesse or the small batch to it, which I guess makes sense in the sense of that Noblesse and small batch are the most expensive cigars.
So would you put the? I've had that Habano Reserve. I've only had one of those. Pretty decent. Would you put that ahead of the Mio More, the Reserve?
No.
Yeah.
No. Noblesse and small batch are at the top of my personal rankings, but then after that, I would go Mio More and Passion, tied for second. And then I would put this tied for third with the Edicion Especial that
Darky Smoke. Yep.
And then after that, the original blend and the Connecticut, the original blend. I mean, so a thing to note, guys, is the wrapper typically provides roughly 75% of the flavor for any cigar. So with the La Roma de Cuba base blend versus the Connecticut version, it's the exact same binder and filler. It's just a different wrapper, and then it's a totally different flavor profile between the two.
And that's kind of like, with these CAOs, this Fasa line, it's the same binder, same filler, just a different wrapper, and they have the three different. So, whether you want the dark Maduro like I have, the Connecticut broadleaf, the Sumatra, or the Connecticut wrapper, it's all about that personal preference. If you want that.
I always like the Connecticut's more.
And see, Darky likes the Connecticut's more, and I am more a fan of the darker, more full-body.
And Connecticut's don't necessarily mean a milder cigar. There's plenty of Connecticut's on the market that'll have that medium, close to full flavor. It's just, again, like we've talked with our bourbon, taste is subjective.
Oh, 100%. If you find yourself as a cigar smoker preferring the milder stuff, then you're a Connecticut guy, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you find yourself preferring a more fuller-bodied experience, there's also nothing wrong with that either. Everyone has different taste buds. Like Nordic Piper was just saying, taste is very much subjective. And for me, I'm pairing this with the Sazerac Rye 100 proof, and I started out pairing it with the Evan Williams single barrel. And thus far, I like the Saz pairing better than the Evan Williams. Nordic Piper, he seems to prefer the Evan Williams.
Well, I'll be migrating to that Sazerac here momentarily. I think the spice and the rye is going to pair fantastic with the spice and with this Connecticut broadleaf wrapper.
Oh, 100%. It absolutely will. And meanwhile, Darky is pairing it with a Mexican Coke, and ain't nothing wrong with that either. That's good stuff.
Well, it's good because it's not the American Coke that has the high fructose corn syrup and all the other crap that will give you cancer and everything. It's actually done real sugar, so stuff that we used to drink when we were kids because we're old enough. So it is really nice. I don't drink anymore. That seems 100 proof is kind of light for me. when I used to drink, I used to go for more, but I used to drink what I called Bill Cosby. You would drink enough, and it would knock you out. When you woke up, you feel like you just got.
So, what the?
But again,
do you understand why we named him that? Do you understand why we named him that? Are you kidding me?
But again, with lots of our viewers out there, you know, smoking a cigar, whether you want to pair it with alcohol, non-alcohol, whether soda, coffee, you know, a lot of the Connecticut, you know, a lot of people pair with a espresso, coffee.
I've not had a coffee that paired bad with any cigar, honestly.
I have to.
You've lost your speaking privilege.
No, this one's serious.
Oh, it's serious-ish?
Ish?
Well, honestly, what's really nice, I'll have to do a review on it one day, is actually having a Monte Cristo Classic after having breakfast, you know, with like toast, eggs, bacon, and milk.
You know what? I can't fault him where he's going with this. You know, I know he's not a coffee drinker, but, you know, it comes to mind the Arturo Fuente Chateau Connecticut wrapper. Pairs wonderful with coffee.
That's such a good smoke.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely it does. And do you know how much of a pain in the ass it's going to be to edit this video in the future? Because future me, which is, you know, a few hours from now, is going to be trying to edit this clip down, and I'm going to be going, this month right here needs to die.
But hey, that's why you get paid the big bucks.
I'm not getting paid at all. Are you getting paid?
No.
Pay me. All right, guys, we're here at the end of our cigars, and we got some final thoughts for you. Mr. Piper, sir, what are you thinking?
You know, overall, as far as flavor, absolutely fantastic. You know, constantly touching up the burn line on it. Yeah, I mean, the flavor stayed consistent. The pepper kind of faded here a little bit. Still have that dark chocolate espresso flavors on here. I did switch over to from the Evan Williams to the Sazerac. I would say for myself that the Evan Williams did pair a little bit better. And the only negative I have to say is about the burn line. I've had to touch this up constantly. But that seems to be par for the course for every CAO I've ever had.
I mean, that's true. I mean, the CEOs, I've had the same concept. But however, this Aroma de Cuba Habano Reserve it's been fantastic the whole way through. There hasn't been much in the way of transitions. It's been pretty consistent from beginning to end. I really haven't had to touch it up at all. I can set it down, throw some darts, whatever, and it's still perfectly lit. I've also gone between the Evan Williams and single barrel and the Sazerac 100 proof. And for this cigar personally, for me, I think the Saz pairs a little bit better, but they both pair wonderfully with my cigar. I have no qualms about either one. As far as flavor notes go, I'm still getting that dark chocolate, that espresso, a light pepper feeling through the retrohale. Nothing bad to say. Darky, how about your Edicion?
So as you can see, I'm pretty much down near the nub. I just want to go out on the record and say I've never had to touch up a cow before. The CAO, I'm just messing around with the cow. But right now, so this cigar, the Edicion Especial, has been consistent all the way through. So that's why I haven't really been talking about tasting notes a whole lot. And honestly, it's a really good cigar. As you can see, I'm literally smoking it down to the nut. You literally just made a freaking mess.
Did I make a mess? Oh shit! I made a mess. We're gonna cut this right out of that.
No, we're not. We're keeping that in. It's right. That's like awesome. Anywho, back to what I was saying.
Make my edit.
What?
Yeah.
Continue.
He's not wrong.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
He straight on pulled us steady.
Oh!
I will finish it up by saying this cigar right here is really good, and I love it. There, happy?
Yes. I'm very happy. So, as you can see here, guys, I mean, each of us, we had a cigar that we very much liked. That was my first time smoking the La Roma de Cuba Habano Reserve. It was fantastic.
That whole La Roma de Cuba line, you can't go wrong with.
No, 100%.
Absolutely fantastic.
And if you get your hands on the Noblesse or the small batch, you won't be disappointed. But with that said, that does it here for this episode of Smoke Eater Cigar and Whiskey Club. As always, good hunting.
Skull.
Cheers to good bourbon.
Walete.